Odin. Odin. Oh man, all you do is sleep and be fat. Why can't you be more like Growlithe? Oh, and then you could evolve into Arcanine. Oh, that'd be awesome. What is happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's just a quick tip with Pokemon Quest. Now, Pokemon Quest is a game that's on the mobile market at the moment and it's absolutely blown up everywhere. Everyone loves the game. And if you're not sure what Pokemon Quest is, you want to know a little bit more about the game, then I recommend you check out my last video on Pokemon Quest where I go through pretty much every bit of information you need to know to start the game and how the game actually works. If you're interested in picking it up, it is a free-to-play title and I definitely recommend it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. But today's video is simply to show you one tip, and to be completely honest with you, this tip is the best tip in the game. You will continue to use this tip from the beginning of the game right through to the end, and you will continue to use it at the very end. And let me show you what this tip is. It's all about this guy here. Now, it can be Machoke, Machop, Machamp, it doesn't matter what iteration of this Pokemon it is, but it's all about this move, Bulk Up. What it actually does is, and I'll just read out to you what it says, the user tenses its muscles to bulk up its body, raising the damage it deals for a while. This also reduces the damage that the user takes. So in simple terms, what it does is, it makes you stronger in attack and stronger in defense. Now you might be asking yourself, where is this leading to? How is this the best tip in the game? And why will I be using it at the end of the game? Well, let me show you. Now the key to utilizing this is actually attaching these stones called sharing stones. And what a sharing stone will do is, it'll add those effects to your buddies and raise its effects by 25%. Now can you see where I'm going with this? I have 3 of these sharing stones, and that effectively raises the stats of this move by 25% each of those stones, so that's 75% total. And the stats are not just for Machoke, it's sharing with my buddies, so the entire team now gets those stats. So as long as you're powering through any stage with this buff on you all the time, then you will effectively have 75% stronger stats all the way through for the whole team. Now that makes this incredibly overpowered and definitely the best move in the game, which effectively makes Machop, Machoke, Machamp the best Pokemon in the game as well. So having your stats raised in missions will give you the capability of completing missions and stages of a much higher power level than your team would indicate. And I'll just show you, I'll just go into expeditions now. I was stuck for a little while, stuck farming I mean, trying to make my Pokemon a little bit stronger, trying to figure out the best way to do things so that I can continue. And I was just farming the same stage over and over and over so I could get some XP and so that I can cook some recipes in order to level up my Pokemon and all that sort of stuff. And when I realized that Machoke was so amazing, well he was Machop at the time, I added him in there and instantly got through a whole heap of the game that I was struggling with. So right now I'm up to 8-5 in this area in world number 8. In world 7 I'm up to 7-5 and I haven't touched 9 or 10 yet. Okay, so let's go into 7-5. It says that you need 10,800 power. Now I don't know if I'm going to be capable of doing this, but I think we'll give it a good crack. I've also got Kadabra, who is still quite low but does really great damage, and this Kadabra, I'll show you the stats very quickly within the team. So this Kadabra, the reason why I went for this Kadabra is because he had one move with 3 spaces for stones, and I can change that move to whatever I like. Psybeam's okay, but I'll probably go for something else. But the reason why I stuck with, when he was Abra, he was a level 1 actually, the reason why I stuck with him is because all 9 of these stones are attack stones, so he's just going to have ridiculous damage. And then if you add that with Machoke's ability, and same with Rhyhorn, 1 move, 3 stones, and if you add it with Machoke's ability, then effectively you're getting 75% extra damage on all of that. So let's go into 7, and we'll try 7-5, and I think this is a possibility this could be out of reach, but we'll give it a really good shot. So what you want to do is you want to start off in manual so that you can use the buff straight away. And you can see here that instantly now my team has 2 buffs on them. One's defensive and one's offensive. And you saw the damage there, right? And the buff does run out. You can see a cooldown timer on the icon above their head there. And you want to make sure that you always have it on. So I'll just put it on again. And don't be surprised if Kadabra dies, because he is quite low for this. He's dead. But I think as long as I pretty much keep the 2 stronger Pokemon alive, I should be okay. Alright, so far so good. I can slow it down if I want. A lot of people do this. And it does work if you want to wait for a Pokemon to come back. And now I'll just buff, because he's coming back. Now we've got all team available, and all team buffed. And that's all there is to it, really. But you can see we're actually holding our own, and we're not really supposed to at our level. And it's because of this stat bonus that happens. And the great thing is, Machoke is actually a tank. He's really tanky, and the fact that he's going to be staying alive quite easily means that he can just continue to buff, and he can hold his own when he's left solo. Alright, so I'll just rebuff the party. I think Kadabra will die in this fight. He can move away at the right time. I mistimed that one, but we should be okay. So Kadabra's dead. It's up to the 2 of us now. And what I love about that move that I'm using with Rhyhorn is it pushes them away. So even if they're doing their move, it will sort of interrupt them and push them away from the range that they need. Just like that. And if Kadabra can get a hit on all 3 of those with Side Beam, he does decent damage. And this is definitely going to be completed. Doesn't look like there's anything I can see in our way now. And that's just amazing, isn't it? And now I just feel like I can get through the game with a lot more ease, and well, get through at least to the end of the game with a lot more ease. And being able to farm these missions of a much higher power level means I'll also have access to higher mission rewards, like stones, and also the statues from bosses, which give you bonuses in your base. So, 400, nice. So this is effectively the best tip that I can give you within Pokemon Quest, and I think it's the best tip out there. If you pick up a Machop, have a look at his stats, have a look if he's the type of Pokemon you want to keep. You really don't need to add lots of attacking stats to him, because he's really there as a support, but the only attacking moves he's going to have are auto attacks, because you really just want there to be one move here with the 3 stones. And essentially, it doesn't matter if it's Machop, Machoke or Machamp, as long as he has bulk up and you're able to use the share stone at least once. I used it for a while with 2 and that was still really strong. Then you'll be absolutely fine. So that'll wrap this one up. This has been the best tip in Pokemon Quest. I hope the information was helpful, and I'll see you next time.